I was trying to hide my ding dong. I didn't want it to come out in my live. Not for any other reason. Just thought it was weird that I had a ding dong on my desk. But I'm planning to have a cup of coffee, and I love coffee. I just don't see myself drinking coffee alone. I mean, not like alone, because I'm usually alone. I mean, we call it cafe chirro, where you just drink coffee without pan. You gotta have a bread product with coffee. It doesn't taste the same. It tastes better. I'm not even sure if it's because you always try to put less sugar in the coffee just to make you feel good that you're not really putting sugar in the coffee. Go like, antes le ponía tres sobrecitos de azúcar. I'm gonna put two because I'm trying to. No, tres. Because I'm trying to wash my feet. No, es que digo que me como el pan con café para darle un poquito más de azúcar. Porque muchas personas, en vez de echarle tres, dicen, le voy a echar dos, le voy a echar menos para sentirse bien de que están haciendo por rebajar. Aunque no creo que una bolsita de azúcar va a causar mucha diferencia. Ruby's helping me with the coffee and she says, "Oh, you only want two?" I said, "No, that's what I meant." Café chirre. ¿Cómo se dice? Cuando tomas café solo? Café chirre? No, no. She's Mexican. She doesn't even know. Café, no, pero café sin pan. Vamos a comer un café, ¿no? A lo mejor yo le inventé la palabra café chirre. Monchi, we, the members of Chi Nation, salute you. Hola, Royal Hermoso. Totally caught in a lie on life. No, it wasn't a lie, Sam. What I was trying to say is some people do that. I don't do that. I have three stevia in my coffee. Three stevia. And not the stevia from Estados Unidos. It has to be the stevia de Mexico. There's a big difference. La stevia de Estados Unidos, gracias. La stevia de Estados Unidos, my cup. Life without cats. I don't think so. Kayla Tawada gave me that. I still have it. Um, I like the cup. Coffee. I brought back some Cuban coffee, and I think I gave the Spanish coffee. I bought some Spanish coffee too. It's kind of trippy that in Cuba you could buy a different array of food products from other countries. You can't find American goods unless you go to a black market, which is basically the only thing that you can do if you want to halfway survive in Cuba. You have to go to the black market, and a lot of people start to think like, oh, the black market, it's all illegal stuff and stuff. I think the terminology for us and them is different because if we say black market here in the United States, you think of guns, ammunition, weapons of mass destruction. Over there, drugs. Over there, black market is Pringles, Coca Cola, M&Ms. That's the black market, and that I think is kind of amazing. Kind of amazing in itself. Is that what you took over there? American goods? Yeah. Um, Took a lot of toiletries, not enough. That's something that we experienced. We did not take enough. Uh, we need to send more. So I'm having the guys do a little bit of research and investigate how we can send monthly packages into Cuba. There's got to be a way. I think there is a way. I don't have the patience to look for how to send stuff into Cuba, and I know I could Google it, but I, I don't want to be the one that has to do everything. Delegate, delegate responsibilities with the team, and have them do a little bit of research and get ready for our January trip. We will be going back to Cuba in January. If anybody out there is interested, still an open invitation, guys, to go and help the people in Cuba. Um, there was a Korean guy there in at church with us on Sunday, and I think the guy said he was from uh, I don't know, so one of those ugly states up north. I can't remember. Michigan? No. Maryland? No. It was one of those states. He is 79 years old. He was out in Cuba. He does acupuncture, and he was offering acupuncture to a lot of the Cuban people that were ailing. This lady came up to me. He goes, Erasmo, you don't understand. She said in Spanish, though. I'm saying it in English so you all can understand. She said, Erasmo, you don't understand. He goes, I couldn't get out of bed. I struggled, batallé bastante. He goes, this guy comes and me empieza a picar and got out of bed. And she was healed with acupuncture. And I was kind of a little bit on the tempted side because I think I've shared how this arm batalla un poquito to levantar. Patience is a virtue. I'm not very. Sam knows me and has probably known me for many, many more years than he wants to admit. Not in the biblical sense, but he knows me, and he. I'm not patient at all. Have you tried sending items from Amazon to Cuba? No. Can you do that? I don't think you can do that, Carlos. Can you? Let me know. I'd be interested. Sometimes you could buy these huge bundles of toiletries because I tend to travel a lot and I do a lot of staying in hotels. I did have a crap load of toiletries, a lot of toiletry items. Right there. Hey, Marranito. Marranito. Ben. He's very obedient. On Amazon, says some items you can. If you don't mind sending me the information, that'd be great. You see how I delegate? Uncle. Um, see how I delegate and I share responsibilities because I believe in team effort. I believe in coming together and working together for the greater good of other individuals. And I think that's one of the things that I'm going to help and want to promote in Cuba. I have a couple of rich friends like Martin Sarkis. Martin Sarkis is very rich, and I don't know how he became so rich, but he's rich. So Martin Sarkis, I'm going to try and get him to donate some stuff, and he's always good at that. So I'm going to try and get him to give us some toiletry items and start sending those off. It's amazing. We were at the food products out there are just so very very limited as well. Um, I thought I was coming back and had lost like a couple of pounds. I did not lose any weight. I stayed at 185, and I thought that was kind of amazing. I thought I was going to lose more weight, but the last 2 days we were in La Habana, and they have avocados that are this big. They look like melones, huge, big melons, coconuts, avocados. They were huge, and they were falling from the tree. Actually, I almost got knocked on the head with one of them. It fell on the table. Boom! Huge and super delicious. I can't explain the flavor. It was just such a creamy avocado. I don't know how they do it. It's a lot easier to send stuff from Colombia to Cuba. Yeah, but I'd have to fly to Colombia, find pacateria, and then send it to Cuba. And I think that's just a pain in the butt. I'll probably enjoy the trip. Buenos días, James Hermoso, James muy guapo, compa. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Are you were you trying to copy and paste the link and just didn't figure that one out? Sam, ándamelo, Carlos, por favor. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning,
Oh,
Sam.
I'm not fixing my hair. Hey,
Your hair looks better than mine today.
yeah, I guess that's why because I didn't go to Cuba. But you have a doctor's appointment? Are you alive? Are you gonna die or what?
No, I think I might have like an STD or something.
For real?
Yeah,
Why would you have an STD? Where are you sticking your thing in?
that's
Or
part of the
maybe the other
problem.
way around. That's not good.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to get that checked out.
That's gross. That's disgusting. Good thing I didn't go over and hang out with you today. I actually thought about maybe I should go hang out and stay in your office or something while we're doing a show together. But I was like,
I
but
don't
then
think
you
you
said
could.
doctor's office. It's like, never mind.
I don't think we could. I don't think I could give you STD by being close to me. We'd
Oh
have
no,
to.
I just don't like you going to a doctor because I thought maybe you're like sick and contagious, and so I don't want to
No,
get sick. I was already sick enough as it was the last couple of weeks, as you know.
no,
Um,
not contagious. I mean, it's not contagious. It's just you got to check out and make sure why things are.
it hurts when you pee or what?
Uh, well,
It
either I have
burns.
I either have a UTI
Yeah,
because what happens with me in all these trips, it's just very hard to drink water, Roman.
yeah.
I mean, it's very scarce. And then, you got to remind yourself, drink water. And, you just don't. So I've been out for a while. And, my urine, it does look a little bit on the orange or dark
Yeah, you
orange.
probably have a UTI. I mean, not an STD. I don't know why you're saying STD. It's probably a UTI. I mean, if it
You
hurts when
always,
you pee and shit like that, yeah.
you
Huh?
always think of the worst possible thing. And then, if it's less,
It's not.
if it's us, it's just a UTI. You go like, oh, okay. So
It's
it
not a
wasn't that bad.
tumor. How are
It's
you?
not a tumor.
No
Yeah, it's
tumor.
like when I did my uh colorectal
Colonoscopy.
colonoscopy. When I did my colonoscopy, I was like, they're gonna find crap loads of polyps in there. They're going to, it's gonna be a mess, and then I'm probably gonna have to go to surgery. I always set myself that way. I went in there, they went up my butt,
Yeah, that's how
and
they do a colonoscopy.
well,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I wake up and they said that. And then what I hate is we're gonna send the results to your doctor, and then they'll inform you. I go, bitch, you're already up there. You already took a camera and shoved it up my ass. I don't
Like you
want you to
actually knock out when they do that? I thought you'd like
die.
stay awake through the whole thing.
No, you're out. You're out.
Really? That means
Yeah,
they could do shit whatever they want to you. You don't even know.
no, they probably did. That's
Oh,
probably what gave me.
that's you see. That's
Probably what
why
gave me.
like that's the scary part. Why do you? I actually thought you were partially awake. They just numbed the shit out of you, like not literally, but
No, they put your
to take the
and
shit out.
well, yeah, well, no, that's why you have to like cleanse
Drink
like
like
for.
yeah, you cleanse. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the worst part. I mean, the going up your butt is not the worst part, Rome. You may think that is.
Oh
It's
no,
the
no.
prep.
Susan told me she
That's
had to do it or something like that, and she was like, it was horrible, like all the like pooping
horrible.
and stuff. I mean,
Horrible.
maybe yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's
So
just
the
talk
first,
about
all right,
Rosa because you have to leave at 9:45 or
yeah,
something.
but let me tell you. So they went up my butt, and and then you have to wait a while to get the results, and then they go like, "Huh, well, why? You already been there. You saw what was up there. Tell me what's up there. So then the doctor comes back after a while, like dun dun dun. You don't have anything. You don't have no polyps. You have nothing. So you're like, oh, so it was okay. Okay, sorry. Let's go back.
What is the South Park episode where Mr. Slave swallows down? Is it a gerbil, a hamster?
Oh yeah, no, he shoved it out of his butt, didn't he?
You
A
know,
hamster.
well, that too, I think. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. But was it a it wasn't a it was
Yeah.
a gerbil. There you go. It was a gerbil. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah,
Guys, see you, Roman.
yeah. What's up?
You got that Cuban dies effect. No, I think I got an STD. Good morning. Good morning.
Mm.
Traveling to third world countries and drinking their water is not the safest.
I was
100%.
thinking the same thing, Sam. That's a good point. I was thinking about it and saying it.
It's horrible. Roman
Mm.
exposing his wild this
No,
fantasies.
that's not even close, Sam. Calm down. Calm down.
All
Not
right,
talking
Roman,
about. Okay.
tell us about the tax increase, Roman.
Well, I'm very upset because I was watching Channel 5. I hate watching Channel
First
5.
of all, I'm surprised that you were watching Channel 5.
I hate watching Channel 5. Because I hate your little friend, Rudy Mireles. I think he's a moron. That's just my personal opinion. I don't like the guy.
He's
He
cute.
got married recently, so he's taking it, Osmo. I heard he
I
got
hate
married.
him.
But I like Christine Galvan. She's cool and she's awesome. So it's like I'd rather watch her. So when Rudy comes on, I'm like, but it's Christine Galvan. I'm totally okay with it. Anyway, so I was watching it, and they have the that chick that does the Brownsville stuff for them. I don't know her name. She's just like
Daniela Valdez?
No, 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 no. The
Oh, the
reporter.
correspondent.
Well, they were, yeah, that girl. And so then you had Daniela Valdez come on and say, it's not, we need to maximize our ability to get money from the state. And but we want you to know that we're not going to raise your taxes. And I'm like, you are going to raise our taxes. That's what this vote is about. Why are you misleading people? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very disappointed that I don't know who chose her on the board to be the one speaking for the board. I don't think you're allowed to. You would be the more expert on this. Are you allowed to
Not allowed.
speak for the board, right?
No,
So when you go to the meet, so who gave her permission to speak for the board? Did they have a vote? Did they have something that do that? I don't know.
You have to discuss it with the attorney and with the board anytime you go and give an interview with the news station.
But who gave her permission? Like, I want to know. Like, so somebody, either that or she did on her, but I'm pretty sure she was in the superintendent's office when she was giving this interview. So somebody in administration let her talk. And they should not have let her talk because she's misleading people and telling people that it's not a tax increase. And then I noticed that she had like papers down there. And I'm like, ooh, there must be documents. There must be documents that are claiming that this is not a tax increase. So sure enough, I went to their website and they had this flyer stuff that said not a tax increase. And I'm like, guys, it is a tax increase. And let me explain it to you because apparently you told me that people didn't understand the video, but I tried to make it as quickly as possible so people could like have it. But it's a tax increase 4 different ways. Quattro. One, it's a tax increase because the voter approval tax rate election. You do not have to go to a voters for your tax rate unless it's going to increase the taxes. That's why we're going that way. Did nobody explain this to Daniela? That's one reason it's a tax increase. Number one. Number two, when they voted to have this tax ratification election, they had to pass a resolution, which you can go onto they don't have the minutes available yet, but they do have the resolution that they passed themselves. Read it. Go ahead and read it. It's on their agenda item on August 21st. You could read it. It literally says this is why we're doing this. And it says in that document, we are raising your taxes. It says that in their documents that she voted for. All 7 of them voted for it. It's raising your taxes because it is effectively the tax rate. Now, people are like, well, Roman, the tax rate is lower. It's like 18 cents lower. Guys, it could be 21 cents lower. You understand that, right? I think 21, 22 cents lower because the tax rate that they, without doing the ratification election, it would be 98 cents at Erasmo. That would be the tax rate. But they want 4 cents from you, the taxpayers. They want 4 cents from you per 100, which would total of $10 million. They want $10 million from you. And so the rate would not be 98. It'll be a dollar, whatever, $1, $2, or whatever the heck the number is, because they want the 4 cents. But right there, guess what? That's a tax increase, guys. That's what it is. It's a tax increase because it's higher than the tax rate they would really want to give you. That they want to, they want more money from you. That's the third way it's a tax increase. The other way it's a tax increase, and I think I forgot what the fourth reason why is a tax rate. Maybe you can remember because I told you all this earlier on the phone.
Yeah, and we would not have to go for a vote.
That was the first thing I already said that.
Yeah, we would not have to go for, but I think that's one of the most important. We would not have to go for a vote if it was not an increase in your taxes.
Because that's what it was. When you got the reason that the 18 cents or the 21 cents that is lower than the previous year's tax rate is because there was $2 billion with a B, not million, $1 billion, $2 billion more in property appraisals within the district. It's like over $8 billion is what it is. It went from like 6 to 8 billion. That's a lot of money. And so when you look at the approved budget that this BISD board passed or looked at in June, and it's on their website, you can look at their budget, and you will see it will tell you this budget and last year's budget, and you can compare the amount of money that they're going to get from local taxes. Last year they got only $84 million from local taxes. This year, according to their proposed budget, they're going to get like $95 million. Guess what, guys? That's a tax increase. And why is it a tax increase? Because they're making buttloads of money from your billions. So why is Daniela going around with this document and going around and telling people on Channel 5 for the masses, we're not going to raise your taxes? I'm not going to say she's lying, because I don't want them to send me a cease and desist letter like they do at Erasmo. But I will say that she is misleading the public. She's misleading the public, and I expect one of those board members or two of them to put on the agenda for the next meeting a censure of her for misleading the public, the very people that vote for you, the very people that pay your taxes to fund the school district. You better censure her because she's misleading the public. And also, guess what? She was speaking apparently on behalf of the board, and she's not supposed to be doing that, right? And that might actually violate their standard operating procedures, the same standard operating procedures that got us in trouble. So I expect all of them to censure her. All of them.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen, but they should. And if you don't, that means you're a hypocrite. I'm going to say that. You're a hypocrite if you don't censure her for misleading the public, the people. Yeah.
Well, again, it wouldn't be on the ballot.
Yeah.
If it was a decrease. They're trying to screw you over. And what really amazed me, Roman, was something that you mentioned is, guys, it was unanimous, all of them. And
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why would they be so brazen to go out there and say, guys, I think that this is probably one of the only things that they've actually been united in.
Because they want to go back later on when they run for re-election and say, look, guys, I went and got your teachers a raise, a pay raise. And it was unnecessary to do, because they're going to get a pay raise from the state at some point with these special sessions. Like, well, we didn't know they were going to do that, Roman. That's why we had to go do this. I don't care. You could have waited, because it's going to happen. And there was, and so if they get the if these guys get the pay raise that the state is supposedly going to give them, does that mean we're beholden to this tax rate increase, or is that money going to go to something else? Because once we vote for this, it's pretty much set in stone. It's part of the ML.
It's never going to go back down. It's the same thing that happened with the Tenasca thing. Once they raise it, all this crap about we're going to lower it is not true. It's never going to happen. Once they're there, they're not going to give you back any of the money. It's the same thing with taxes, guys. Once you say, okay, screw me, you're getting screwed for the next 20 years. That's it. It's done. The other does not ask for permission to speak on behalf of the board because the ignorant majority four will never do the right thing.
I don't know why she was speaking on behalf of the board. I mean, I know the board president can speak on behalf of the board because she's the board president, but this chick is the board vice president. Is it because she's in charge of the budget committee or something? I don't even think that's a reason enough for her to be able to speak on behalf of the board.
Isn't misleading the same as lying, Roman?
No, one gets you in trouble, the other one doesn't. Misleading is not going to get you in trouble. So she is
What about
misleading
board
the
code
public.
of ethics?
What about
Uh,
the court? I don't know. I mean, there's standard operating procedures. I believe she violated it at some point by speaking on behalf of the board and most definitely misleading the public because she voted in favor of this tax increase to put it on the election. Okay, she didn't vote in favor of a tax increase. She voted to have the tax ratification election, which is called the VAT tree or whatever, voter approved tax rate election. I think that's what it's really called. She voted in favor of having that election, and in that resolution, she admits, like all the other six did, that it's a tax increase.
Without doubt.
It is.
Gavino, buenos días, bendiciones. We are having lunch tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Is it
wonderful.
because they're running for on a deficit budget?
Nope. Has nothing to do with the budget deficit. Well, no. Okay. It sort of does, but it doesn't. They're claiming because we got the $2 billion more of money that it put us at a different level for the compression for the state. That means we're not going to get as much state aid. But you're also running a budget deficit because of the money that you previously spent using, I guess, ESSER funds, and you're not going to get have that access to that. It's also all of the other money that they've been spending. You know, the stipends that they probably shouldn't have been doing, but they did anyway. You know, those kinds of stuff. So all those things are a problem. But regardless, the tax rate that they are doing is going to cause problems because it is a tax increase. You are misleading the public by saying it's not when it is. It also says so. Even the proposition itself is somewhat misleading because it does say increase, but then it says minus 15 cents or whatever the number is. Because I know it's a bunch of numbers, 0.15, whatever. But the minus might mean, oh, that means it's a negative. And that means it's not an increase. It's really a decrease. It's like, no, it's only telling you what the number is because it's lower technically than the previous years, but it's not a tax decrease because
Then
the
what's your point?
resolution says, look, the more money you make, look, because the appraisals went up, that means the tax rate can come down. But if that tax rate were the same as it, you know, to get the same amount of money this year that they got last year, they could actually go lower on the tax rate. But because they're picking this tax rate, not this one, they're picking this one, they're making more money. That's what it boils down to. I know it's complicated. That's what they want. They want people for you all not to be smart enough to understand this. They don't want people like me going around telling you it's a tax
Asking,
increase. They
asking
don't want that.
questions, making posts, making videos.
Hmm?
They don't want people like you asking the right questions that they won't answer, informing public and making videos.
But why they? But I mean, I don't understand why they just can't tell you the truth. Just tell you the
Yeah,
truth. Yeah, we voted because we need this money for X, Y reason, and yeah, it is going to be a tax increase. I wouldn't be bitching. I'd still be bitching because I think it's ridiculous for them to have a
I,
tax
I,
increase.
I'd
Regardless,
still, I'd still vote no,
I
but at
still
least
vote
you're telling
no.
me the
Yeah,
truth.
but at least you're telling the truth. Yeah.
At least I have an ounce more of respect than I didn't have yesterday for you, because at least you're telling me we're going to screw you.
Yeah, but they're like, what? But we need this money. The needs of our educators. They need more money, and it's like,
Well, this is what really upsets me, Roman. With and again, Nelda's here, so it's okay. It upsets me about groups like AOBE. They fall for this crap all the time. They have Daniela on for a whole hour and a half, I think, or an hour, and she's out there bull crapping, throughout the whole video, and no one can comment except individuals from AOBE. So what happens, Roman, is you've got individuals who are being told, "Oh, it's for your raise. You're going to get a little cash back. You're going to get some money." And the classified individuals, my gosh, they're going to get boohoo's of money, and it's just a bunch of bull crap. It's not true.
but
It's sorry, it's misleading.
yeah. You know what's very frustrating to me is it's not just what BISD is doing; it's also what the tax office is doing to voters right now, to property taxpayers. And I know people are like, well, just don't worry about the property tax because I rent. It affects you renters too, because guess what? If you're renting, that property owner is not getting an
Getting more.
exemption, so they're gonna get a high, what like if their appraisal for your house that you're renting went up 60%, guess what? It doesn't matter if the tax rate went down 21 cents for the BISD, they're going to be paying the full amount because they're not going to get that exemption. And there's a lot of people in our community who rent. So you're going to pay for it. But regardless, the problem that the tax office is doing, and this is rich. This is hilarious what the tax office is doing. When you got your property taxes, they did include the $100,000 exemption if you have a homestead exemption. They did include that because they're going to assume it's going to pass. But they also included the tax rate, the higher tax rate, as though the voter approved tax rate election went through. And they're saying that because you can go ask them. You can, don't believe me? Ask the tax office. Don't believe me? Call them. They'll tell you that if the tax ratification election doesn't go through, it fails, and the lower tax rate is it goes through. The tax office is going to send you a check if you pay your taxes before the election. But guess what? The tax office or BISD, one or the other, because it goes into their bank account when you pay, they earn interest on your money. Are they going to pay you back the interest they earned on your money? Nope. The money that could have been in your bank account, in your pocket, earning interest for you, it's not there. So you're not only getting screwed by BISD, you're getting screwed by the tax office too. Like, it's hilarious. And these are all Democrats. I hate to say the Democrat word because I know some of y'all think, oh, it's only Republicans though when Romy comes in. But this is what Democrats do. They want your money. They think your money belongs to them. It doesn't. It belongs to you.
They're better administrators of your money than you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's even funnier is the exemptions going on right now. If you the appraisal district, because the appraisal district went buku crazy and raised like a crap ton of money and raised appraisals, guess what happened? People went and fought, but people who submitted their exemptions, if you submitted yours after April, you didn't see the exemption on your property tax bill. You did not. Because there's the the appraisal district is so damn behind, they're barely looking at those of you who submitted your exemptions in April. And there's no and so if you pay your bill in October, you get the 3% decrease, but you're not actually going to get all the money back. I mean, you're not going to get the money back.
Well,
sorry, I didn't say that right.
This is my issue with AOBE, Nelda. You gave this chick a platform. You gave her a platform. And the only reason you gave her a platform is because she's a board member. You gave her a platform. That is not informing your members in regards to the complete and total truth. And there's a difference. When you all invited, you were there, when you all invited me to go speak before the Employee Benefits Committee, I went out there and I told you the truth. And people were freaking the hell out. They said, we've never heard a board member tell us the truth. And you're going to have these board members go on there and bullcrap. And that's all she did throughout that whole thing. My issue with AOBE is you all gave her a platform. AOBE gave her a platform. It would have better served the community if you would have had her and Roman on the same show together, or someone that is going to give an opposition view or point on it. But you have individuals, and like you say, in the membership that don't do the research, all they hear is you're going to get a raise, and they go batshit crazy. And that's what's unfortunate. Now that I was there at the meeting when they packed the boardroom, and I was in the audience, packed the boardroom with individuals wanting to raise for the TRE tax increase. And they packed the boardroom by promising to the people that they were going to build them a performing arts center. And they collected $53 million for it. They lied then. They still lie today. But amongst AOBE and the performing arts people and the students, they went all crazy because they were getting a performing arts center. And I said, this is a bunch of crap. But again, if that's what the people wanted, that's what they got. It's the same thing.
Well, when you look at what they were presenting, you're all going to get $600. They're all going to get $600, regardless of whether the VA TRE goes in through. But now you're going to get, if it goes through, you get 2%. But you are also probably either a renter or you're probably a property tax owner. And with BISD, and then the 2% goes, guess what? It goes back to them anyway because you
It,
just voted for a tax rate increase. And
and
don't forget, guys, that what the state has been trying to do with all of this decompression stuff, what they're trying, or not decompression, but they saw compression and compression. What they're trying to do is eliminate a lot of the debt that you have as a school district. That's what they want. At the end of the day, they want to eliminate debt to make it easier so that we don't really necessarily have all these school boards everywhere. It's run by the state. I think that's kind of what they want to do. That's the pipe dream out there. But regardless, they want you to have lower debt, which is better for you. And right now, guess what? Your mortgages right are 8%. People, new homeowners, are 8%. That's huge. That and you guess what? That you're getting screwed not only with the 8%, but in the city of Brownsville, if the city commission has their way, and I think they voted in favor of it, but maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. But they also they want a roadway impact fee. Have you heard about this, Erasmo?
yeah,
So that means if you build a new house in a certain section of Brownsville, you're going to pay a different fee to build your house because of the impact your new house is going to have on the roads. And those fees, guess what? They don't go into a mortgage. You have to pay those things up front. So if you want to build a new house, you got to have that money right in your bank. How many of us have all that money? And the thing is, if you live in Southmost, according to their little impact fee thing that they want to do for roads at the city, in Southmost, it's going to cost you $2,500. But if you build it
yeah.
in the BICC or the the Brownsville Country Club, BICC is only going to be $200. So depending on where you live, it's going to be higher or lower. And it's ridiculous
I think
because
Susan shared that, and I thought that was kind of amazing.
yeah, but you see, you're getting screwed whether it's by the city or a BISD or the tax office. So this is your choice. If turnout is extremely low, I think like 800 people in the entire county voted yesterday or something, some obscenely low number. So they don't want you to go out and vote. They're hoping that teachers are stupid enough to vote in favor of this. They're going to come out and vote because you're going to get tax, you're going to get pay raise. But property taxpayers and renters, you better vote against this thing because we're getting shortchanged. I don't care if it's only 4 cents, Roman. It's only $10 million. I don't
Yeah,
care if it's $10 million. It's $10 million they don't need to have.
I agree. My only concern with, and it's all with all the teacher association groups, you've got to have opposing views. You've got to have dialogue. You've got to have someone that's going to say, wait a minute, what about this? Unfortunately, I saw a big old chunk of that farce of a little educational
When did
session
this
that AOB
happen?
had. Oh, I
When
think
did
it was
this?
like last week or 2 weeks. I'll send you the link. I'll look for it. And all of it was just, oh, how great this is, how great this is, how great this is. And no one gave really an opposition view. And when you don't have, and again, what AOBE does, they only have their members ask questions. When you have your members who are prone to not ask the right questions, you're not going to get complete information. And that's an issue. I love AOBE and what they do in regards to a lot of things. I love that they've supported me in the past, and I hope they support me next year as well. But always will always tell you the truth. I'll always tell you the way it is. Don't always have to like it, but it's the way it is. The AOBE, bring back debates. I agree. They have to have debates. The AOBE membership would have been better served if they would have had Daniela there and they would have had Roman there in the same table and discussing this matter, or Daniela and Erasmo and the president there. And very civilly, very moderately, don't have to get into arguments. Just say, well, I'm sorry, Ms. Valdez, that information is not correct. Someone that's going to give an opposition view. And then hopefully tingle the curiosity of membership in order to start asking more questions or educate themselves on what's really is going on.
Well, my favorite thing, probably the entire presentation that the school district is doing with their little financial officer or whatever that goes against the presentation, they tell you, well, guys, this is what you're going to pay if you have the homeowner's homestead exemption. And therefore, you're only going to pay this small amount of like $600. And it's like, wait, ass wipes, you're only going to pay $600 if you get the homestead exemption at 100,000. You make it seem like we're getting this great dream. Like, well, yeah, we're getting $100,000 homestead exemption from the state, not from you all. It's not because of the goodness out of your heart. It's not you. And then, but it doesn't take into account those people who own, again, like I said earlier, who own houses And they won't give you those numbers on their little presentation because it literally says potential property taxpayer saving. Not a single one of those that I saw actually has a comparison of somebody who doesn't have a homestead exemption. It doesn't show you how much more money you're going to be paying because they want you to only look at the little look at this curtain, don't look at this other one.
Yeah. And I have a
Jackasses.
doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roman.
You're very welcome, guys.
You gonna be
Vote
on
against
tonight?
it. Go vote today and vote against this tax rate increase.
You're gonna be on tonight?
I don't know if I can, dude. I really don't.
I'm sure you
I'll
can.
try. I'll try to be on, but I don't know.
Yeah, because people want more information on it. And again, I was asked. I said,
I
Roman's
don't
the
want.
one that knows, has
Yeah,
all the data.
but I don't want to repeat this all over again for
Why
people.
not? Maybe we'll get a larger group in the evening that has other questions in regards to what's
Mhm.
going on. Guys, have a great day. Be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. See you tonight at 9. Bye.